Hey, welcome back. Your dreams are your ticket out. Uh, so it's the middle of July, 2022. Um, what is there to say except we just keep trucking along, I guess. COVID keeps changing, and that's been sort of interesting for people out there. So I hope everybody's staying as well as possible. So, let's see. We're doing the new releases for July 15th. Sort of the doldrums of summer. It certainly doesn't seem like doldrums from looking at these piles of stuff I got to show you. So, let me just kick it off. And One thing I was going to say was I plan on talking more soon about things like supply chain issues, pricing. I feel like I've already done some of that. Other things regarding pressing, special pressings, and things like that, and my feelings on some of that stuff too. So, anyway, but there's so many new releases. I just want to get this sort of in your minds as to what's out there. First thing, I gotta mention it. Beatles Get Back movie documentary. This is the Blu-ray edition. It has finally been re-released. It was supposed to come out at the beginning of the year, and then there was some sort of problem with the audio. They had to go back and redo the whole thing. We had to send them back to Disney. And yeah, so get your copies while you can. They're very strange in the way that they are rolling that out. And I order from a few different distributors. One of them has the Blu ray, not the DVD. Another one has the DVD and the Blu ray, but you can only order them if you submit special requests. They're not generally in their file. Well, at least the Blu-ray is not. The DVD is, and even those were limited because they wanted most of the business to go to online retailers, and so it's been quirky to say the least. So if we experience outages on that and something, just be aware that a lot of that is really out of our control. Um, Thank Disney. Okay, well, it's about damn time. We got some new music from LIZZO. Yay, LIZZO! This is the indie exclusive. These were highly allocated. I only got a fraction of what I ordered, but on grape colored vinyl, her new album, special. In case nobody told you today, you're special. And oh, her single About Damn Time is great. She's got a song on here called Everybody's Gay, which I'm sure will set some alarm bells off for some people. Okay, the other sort of big commercial album that's probably gonna sell pretty well is the new Interpol. Talk about consistent. This band is pretty consistent in their sound and their look and their output. The only thing that's been sort of inconsistent was the loss of one member. Um, yeah, so it's called The Other Side of Make Believe, and they give you the time of the album 45 minutes 43 seconds, but they don't give you any song listing on the front or the back. So interesting. Always very stark in the imagery and the promotion, right? Post punk, boy, they certainly love their Joy Division. Black Midi, their new album Hellfire. This is the regular edition. There is also an indie store exclusive that we have on the way. Um, Black Midi, this is what, third album, fourth album? They've really kind of blown up in the last 4 years or so, 3 years, going from sort of underground darlings to actually being touted as ones to watch all the time. So that is out this week. Karma Chief puts out the Gabbard Brothers. Say that right, the Gabbard Brothers. Yeah, this is a division of Coal Mine Records. Hazy Organic and Earthy Psych Rock is what this says here. This label is pretty known usually for like kind of rootsy soul and rock stuff. So it's probably really good. I have not heard anything from it yet, but new release from the Gabbard Brothers. This is kind of exciting if you aren't familiar with her. She's very interesting. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Arouge Aftab. This is I want to say she's from like somewhere Middle Eastern, maybe Iran. I can't remember. I'm sorry if I'm like sort of unschooled on her, but this album features a track with Anushka Shankar, and she was actually nominated this year for Best New Artist Grammy on the Grammy Awards. This is the album Vulture Prince, which is the one that she sort of was known for, and it's the deluxe edition. Um, and it's I would consider it sort of world music, but she has a very kind of haunting sort of sound, and it's very interesting that the Grammys would even recognize something like that as Best New Artist. So maybe that was sort of I hesitate to say a token gesture, but I think that it was at least great that they're recognizing talent from other parts of the world too. All right, and then the new Camilla Cabello, and this has been out. These records, Camilla and Arouge, have been out for a while in streaming, and this one on CD for a while here. But her new album Familia features Ed Sheeran, Willow. She's been on late night TV, Saturday Night Live, promoting that already. Here's an exciting little number, the Linda Lindas. People have been waiting for this, I think. This features the singles Oh and Growing Up. And of course, Racist, Sexist Boy. Kind of like teen punk pop, sort of, with an Asian vibe. And boy, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. So, and I've had a few requests for that. Okay, more than a few. So, this album, I just heard some of it, some of the singles, and I'm really looking forward to this. Working Men's Club. Yeah, odd name, I know. And this is their new album. It's called Fear Fear. And Working Men's Club, I would say, is sort of inspired by Northern England bands like Cabaret Voltaire and early Human League, and that kind of Sheffield sound a little bit. Some of it's clubby, some of it's punky. But this is I think the second record. It's on Heavenly, the label Heavenly. I got the last one and I really enjoyed it. And this one sounds great so far too. A little bit different vibe, maybe less clubby, a little more sort of new wavy maybe, but new wavy baby. Maybe? I'm making rhymes and I don't even know it. Okay, in the reissue realm this week, in the jazz stuff, there is Ella and Louis. I say Louis Armstrong. This is the Acoustic Sounds, Verve Acoustic Sounds edition. And these always sound great. They're in very heavy tip-on jackets, and Ella and Louis are pretty popular, and that's probably, well, they did a couple albums together, but that was sort of the big one. I don't know if I just threw my camera out of whack there or what, but sorry guys, this is a rough week. George Braith Extension. This is part of the Blue Note Classic series, and some of you might be like, I'm not familiar with George Braith. Well, he plays tenor, soprano, and alto sax. All right, but this also features Grant Green, Billy Gardner, and Clarence Johnston. Sorry. So I like this idea because I think that Blue Note, they focus a lot on, when they're doing these reissues, on a lot of things that people have already heard. And the couple that they put out this week are a little bit more unique. You don't hear them very often or hear of them. Don Wilkerson is the other one. This one's called Preach Brother. And this one features Don on tenor sax, Grant Green again, Sonny Clark on piano, Butch Warren, and Billy Higgins. There's the lineup. All right, and Yeah, so I think that those are kind of like inspired choices because they're things that are a little more off the beaten path. But obviously, both of them feature Grant Green, which I think is a major draw there. So, a new release from Blue Note this week. We had his a couple of was it two? There was at least one reissue from him a few weeks ago, and here we get a new record from him. Ronnie Foster's Reboot. Um, so Ronnie Foster, I guess that he's still recording for Blue Note. This was produced by Don Was, who is now the head of Blue Note. So anyway, check that out if you're into jazz. That might be something that's kind of interesting. And then these guys. So this label, Destination Moon, I'm not so familiar with, but there's a reissue of Thelonious Monk's The Prophet, and also Thelonious Monk's The Unique. Both of those are out this week. I don't know how many of these they made. It looks like 500 of each. Yeah, it says limited edition on clear vinyl. This one's number 288. This one's number 55 out of 500. Those will be gone fast. Let's see. Other reissues. Pavement. So this one is called Westing by Musket and Sextant. And this is not one that I see hardly at all. So Pavement fans, I don't know a whole lot about this release, but you might want to check that out because I don't know how long those are going to be around. Here's another one that I'm like, why are they only making 500 of these? Oingo Boingo. And this one is Nothing to Fear with the kooky picture of Danny Elfman on the back. I would say standing with his Oscar, but that's not really, that's not enough. If it's an Oscar, he bent it into some other kind of shape. No, it looks like some kind of tiki god or something. Anyway, remastered limited edition of 500 on black and red vinyl. This is done on Rubellin Remaster series. He already released the guy, whoever Rubel, I can't remember his name, if it's Rubellin. He already released one Oingo record, and I think that that's sold out. So it's early, guys. These these records are like hard to find. You can tell I'm a little off today. Bright Eyes, Letting Off the Happiness. Yeah, Connor Oberst. So he had the series that came out about 2 months ago that was like leftovers from these albums. And then also there's the remaster of a collection of songs recorded by Connor Oberst between 1995 and 1997. So get your bright eyes here, all right? So much stuff. Brothers Johnson. This has Strawberry Letter 23, a couple different versions of it. Actually, the whole first side are different versions of Strawberry Letter 23. But this is a splatter vinyl edition. This is Cleopatra's been putting these kinds of things out. It's called Golden Lane Records, but I think that's a subsidiary. Anyway, so it's also got Stomp. It's kind of like a collection, really. This looks really cool. Staple Singers. It's the album Be Altitude, Respect Yourself. And this is on Craft Recordings. And yeah, this is stuff that they did at Muscle Shoals with the Memphis Horns. It has I'll Take You There and the title track, Respect Yourself. All analog mastering by Jeff Powell at Takeout Vinyl. Talk. A 40th anniversary edition of It's My Life. That is crazy. White vinyl. This is the first Talk album. It's produced by Colin Thurston, who did a lot of stuff with Duran Duran early on, and it's a very Durante Roxy Music sounding album before they kind of changed and got much more earthy and experimental. Third Eye Blind, a collection. Yeah, Third Eye Blind. Some of their stuff is kind of hard to find on vinyl, and this is a greatest hits. It's got Semi Charmed Life, Jumper, Graduate. Yeah. Dolenz Jones, Boyce and Hart. This is basically sort of a Monkees sort of spin-off record that they did later on with the guys who wrote the songs, since the other two, Mike and what can't I give his name? My Monkees fans are going to kill me. They decided not to take part, apparently. So anyway, this is basically a bunch of Monkees songs that were redone and done in concert too. This actually is also on green, yellow, and black vinyl. So, Peter. I'm like, I know he passed away recently. Oh gosh, I told you early. All right, and then I got a lot of death around me today. There's a lot of live death shows. Looks like Relapse has been reissuing a bunch of these things. So you can see all the different death. Oh boy. That's the last thing I need right now. Okay. And then CDs. I got a few to just kind of run through here, and I don't have, this is on vinyl, but I haven't gotten it yet, is the new Alan Parsons. He's dropped the project. It's just Alan Parsons from the New World. Well, this ought to stir up some people. Johnny Depp with Jeff Beck, or Jeff Beck with Johnny Depp, 18. And they said that this album cover was to depict how they were or felt about themselves when they were 18. So it's like a sketch drawing. And it's covers, Caroline No, Venus in Furs, stuff like that. But apparently there's also some stuff that's directed at Amber Heard on there. I don't know. That's the rumor. So if you haven't gotten enough of the court case, be my guest. Rise Against. This is a new record, I believe. And it's sort of an EP. It's got 5 tracks, and it's called Nowhere Generation 2. So part 2 of that. Jesus and Mary Chain live at Barrowlands. This has 21 tracks on it, and it starts with Just Like Honey, Taste of Cindy, You Trip Me Up, April Skies, Some Candy Talking, Psycho Candy, great stuff. Anthrax, this is, I want to say XL. But I know that stands for probably a number. It's got a lot of numbers on it, guys. Anyway, this is a reissue with extra stuff. I don't know, is it a reissue? Live stuff? I don't know. It's new Anthrax. Obviously, I need to school myself on my Anthrax history. Look, I've always sold a ton of Anthrax. I just never really bothered to. It wasn't my bag. Okay, let me just put it that way. So go gentle on me. I don't even, this is another one that it's going to screw me up not knowing how to say her name. I want to say it's Mixum Tune. She's a little pop girl. I checked her out online. She's pretty good. So I did go listen to her stuff. Let's see. Allman Brothers, Down in Texas, 71. This is basically like a live show from the soundboard. People were saying mixed audio quality sort of things, but from Austin, Texas, Austin Municipal Auditorium. It's got a different track list, which it does have a shortened version of In Memory of Elizabeth Reed, but it might be worth it to some people who are Allman completists. New Chicago album, Born for This Moment. This is Chicago, I think, Chicago 28. 28. Another Third Eye Blind release, Third Eye Blind Unplugged on CD. I don't No, it didn't seem like that came out on vinyl, but maybe it did, and I just did not see it. Orianthe, live from Hollywood. She's a guitar shredder, sorta bluesy. Um, she was dating Richie Sambora for a while. They did an album together. They're not together anymore, and as far as I know. And anyway, and then the last thing here I'm going to show is the new Steelized Span box set. This is 12 CDs in a little cube for about $60. Not bad. It was done by, I think, Cherry Red in the UK. It says this 12 CD collection brings together their recordings over 11-year tenure with Chrysalis between 72 and 83. There are 143 tracks, 47 previously unreleased studio outtakes, and 2 live concerts, plus an Australia-only live album. What a deal for 12 CDs. All right. That is everything, I believe. Everything that I had in front of me of note. I don't really have news this week, except it's been a little slower because it's the summer, and I think after 2 years of lockdown, 2 years of being cooped up and not getting to do what people want to do, there's a lot of going to the beach, a lot of experiences that way. So anyway, I'm going to cut this now and say, everybody take care of yourself on your vacations. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week. All right. Peace. Take care. Bye.